Chrissy, thank you. Paul Manafort has been accused of witness tampering.
Wendy Patrick joining us now for Inside the Law. Wendy, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we've heard this. Everybody's seen this on TV shows and whatnot, but what exactly is witness tampering? What does that mean?
Witness tampering is a vague term, many people think, but actually when you look at the different things that it can include threatening, trying to influence, dissuading, coaching. We don't exactly know what the theory is, although we do know the content of some of the communication, so we can guess from that it's an attempt to try to get people's stories straight. Now, having said all of that, what we haven't heard is that Manafort has been formally charged with any kind of witness tampering. So think of it as really a broad way of saying when the cover-up is the crime, you can have some sort of a witness influencing charge, and that appears to be what they're at least accusing him of at this point.
Right. This is an accusation. What exactly specifically are they accusing him of doing, Wendy?
Making a series of contacts shortly after he was indicted in February of some witnesses in the upcoming trial. Now, what's interesting about this is what we don't have is information that there was ongoing communication. What the witnesses apparently did is went straight to the FBI. What's interesting about it, though, sort of segueing from the Apple story you were just talking about, WhatsApp is the application that was apparently one of the ones used by Manafort. There was an encryption attempt, or perhaps even successful encryption, but remember, once that goes up into the cloud, it is obtainable, it is usable, and that is what the federal prosecutors used to bring this allegation.
So he hasn't been charged officially yet with this, right?
He hasn't.
Well, how come?
Well, I wish I knew.
All this gets out, and everybody's talking about tampering, but yet the guy hasn't officially been charged.
Well, I'll give you a couple of ideas. I mean, we don't know because we're not exactly privy to all the information that the federal government has, but a couple of ideas. First of all, this started in February. Now, you might ask yourself, if it's this serious and they want to revoke his bail, why didn't they go to the court right away instead of waiting now until June? Right. On the other hand, they don't have to charge him. They may be able to use that evidence in his count them two, one in D.C., one in Virginia, upcoming criminal trials. If he is found guilty, they can also use that information as an aggravant when it comes to sentencing. Lots of options available short of charging a new crime.
So if he's found guilty in both of those cases, that this will just compound potential prison time? Is that? It
can compound the severity of the sentence as an indication of consciousness of guilt. Absolutely, Raul.
Goodness gracious.
What's next? what are we waiting for next then?
Well, it depends on who you ask. There's lots of people that would say they're waiting for Manafort to cooperate. Some people would say they're waiting for the president to indicate he's going to pardon Manafort. But what's probably next is a sit down with his lawyers to determine what's going to happen at the next court hearing, which, remember, isn't going to be his trial, but whether or not they're going to revoke the conditions of his bail based on this new information. That's what's next for Paul Manafort.
All the pundits were going crazy the last week or so with the president's tweets and the pardons and this and that and what they really mean. Did you take anything from that? Should Manafort take anything from those tweets about, well, maybe he will get pardoned if he gets because of the whole, Blagojevich and Martha Stewart and this and that? And what was your take on all that?
Well, you would wonder whether if Manafort believed he was in the running for a pardon. Remember, the president isn't handing them out like candy, even though there's been about 5. If he believed that, why go the extra step of contacting these witnesses, particularly when the stakes are already so high? Remember, Manafort, his case is unique in that he's one of the ones indicted that has not agreed to cooperate with the government. He's the sole holdout, so this is more serious for him.
There's a lot going on.
I could go on for an hour talking about this.
By the way, I admire and I love your scarf.
Election day. Get out there and vote. Absolutely.
It's a jungle primary.
A jungle primary, right? Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. Very apropos.
That's right.
Wendy Patrick, we thank you for your time as always.
Thank you.
All right.